Hello and thanks for joining me at Amberlea Engage Model Railway. As you can see, a running session in progress. With the 40 on passenger duty, the 37 on its usual tanker run, and I've got the little 08 running around with a couple of wagons on the elevated section. To the horrible, unrealistic curve that is going to disappear shortly. Anyway, what have I got in store for you in this episode? Well, we'll talk about this corner over here. I'll show you what I've decided to do and how I've decided to do it. There'll be an update on the cutting over there, and last but not least, station concourse is now in place, along with some scratch built waiting rooms, which I'm very pleased with. So without any more ado, let's get on with the rest of the video. Another area that I've been working on is the centre part of the cutting here, and I think you can see that I've used some of the Woodland Scenics rock faces here, painted them, weathered them, blended them in hopefully a little bit to the background there, and once I've done the same on the reverse side and finished off the scatter and bushes and trees on the top, I'll get it stuck more permanently into place, and then that will allow me to make the hillside, have a starting point for the hillside in this corner, which is the next, really one of the next things I want to get done. But I'm quite pleased with the way that has turned out. I wasn't sure what it was going to look like, but I am quite pleased with the way that it's turned out. Not sure that's focused in brilliantly, but I think you get the picture. So we have the centre wall of the cutting in place now. It's glued down. It's been decorated with flock, scatter and some bushes, and I think really I'm happy with how that whole area looks now. Just a little bit to put on the front here to blend it down onto ground level. I've already done that, and I'm gonna put that on in a while, so I'll come back once that's down as well, and then it'll be a case of putting scatter down at the base of the wall, and in this area at the front here, to, like I say, blend it in to ground level, and the other scenery that's already there. Quite pleased with the way it's looking. The rock moulds turned out better than I expected my first attempt to turn out. I'm happy with the way they look now, having been painted and dried and put into position. I'll try and get a little bit of a better close-up from a slightly different angle for you to see what they look like again in position. I guess now all I need to do is to just paint some sky on the back wall there. Get some liners for the tunnels, and then really get some trees on that, certainly on that back part, and it won't do any harm for the other two sides, or the other side in the middle, to have a couple of trees on as well. I think that will just finish the effect off, and then we can have a look at the covered area where the tunnels are at the back. I'll have a more serious think about how I design that, what that's going to look like. Well, I know what it's going to look like. It's going to be a hillside, but how I actually go about creating it, just give it a little bit more thought as to exactly how that's going to go, and then maybe get that built and into position. Then we can do a bit more scenics there. We can get the tunnel mouths in at that side, and then that'll be another big part of the layout. Not completed, but on its way. As I guess the next thing that I'm going to do. I also promised you a close-up of the centre cutting wall, which I had made rock moulds for and then put in place, and now that's complete and in its final position. You can see the effect that has now produced, which I must say I'm very, very pleased with. Again, considering it was my first attempt, yeah, quite happy with that. Also put the finishing touches to the area here, which is where the central wall fades down to ground level, and then becomes a field or waste ground, whatever it's going to turn out to be. But I think that whole area now, apart from trees is pretty much complete, so I am happy with that. I'm happy that I'll be able to take some running shots of stuff coming around out of the tunnels, through the cutting, and then round. So yeah, that's worked out pretty well, and was certainly worth the wait. It has taken a few weeks to get all this done, to wait for stuff to dry, but now it's starting to take shape, and I'm pretty happy. As you can see, I did paint some sky on the back there as promised. Still needs to be finished off, and get a board behind there painted obviously blue as well, to give the impression that it's just sky the whole way.